Hello class 4. Today I am going to teach you the chapter 6, the coastal plains and the islands, and this is in your page number 34. Now open your page number 34 and see this. Name any island in India. Yes, and Lakshadweep and Andaman and Nicobar. Yes, these are the island of India. And what are lagoons? A lagoons is a water is a body of shallow sea water separated from the sea, okay, by some form of barrier, okay. This is lagoon. And what is coastal plains? Look at here. This is the map of India, and these green part of India which is near the sea is called coastal plain. And what is island? Now see here, what is island? Island is a land surrounded by all sides of water. A large stretch of land surrounded by water on all sides is called island. Okay, look at here. Andaman and Nicobar and Lakshadweep. This is island. And let's start this chapter. India's coastline stretches along the southern plateau. This southern plateau is bordered by water of three sides: the Arabian Sea on the west and the Bay of Bengal on the east, and the Indian Ocean on the south. Such a mass of land that is surrounded on three sides by water is called a peninsula. All around the Indian peninsula is the coast. The southern plateau has two narrow coastline plains on its eastern and the western sides. Now see here, the southern plateau is bordered by water on three sides. Look at here. The three sides it is surrounded by water, and the Arabian Sea. Look at here. The Arabian Sea is there in the west side, on the west side, and the Bay of Bengal on the east side, and Indian Ocean on the south side. And such of the land masses, this land masses is surrounded by three sides of water is called peninsula, and this is called coast area, okay. And it is very narrow coastal plain on eastern and western. Look at here, this is very narrow area of coastline, and this is western side and this is western side and this is eastern side. Western coastal plain line lies on the west between the Western Ghat and the Arabian Sea. See here, Western Ghats between the Arabian Sea, and the eastern coastal plain line on the east between the Eastern Ghat. Eastern Ghat is here and the Bay of Bengal is here. The between this area is called Eastern Ghat. These two coastal plains meet at Kanyakumari. Look at here. These 2 points, the Eastern Ghat and the Western Ghat meet here, and here is Kanyakumari, the tip of the southernmost part of India, okay, mainland of India. The total length of Indian coastline, this total length of coastline is 7,500 kilometer. It is of great advantage for India as it gives us a large area of fishing. Many seaports have been developed all along the coastline, and these seaports play a major role in foreign trade. This is the seaport help for trading, okay. We export our things to another country, and we export and import the things from foreign countries. Chennai does not have a natural port, it has an artificial port, okay. and the western coastal plains. The western coastal plains start from this side. Okay, western coastal plain is start from Gujarat. Look at here, this is Gujarat, and in the north, here the north end of the north, and at Kanyakumari. Kanyakumari is here. This is the western coastal plain. This is situated in the west part of India to south. Okay, and it passes through the state of Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka, and Kerala. These states are go through with this coastline area. These are Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka, Kerala. Okay, and the western coastal plain is divided into three parts: Gujarat coast, Konkan coast, and Malabar coast. Okay, the Gujarat coast is situated between the Gulf of Kutch and the Gulf of Khambhat. It is broad in the north and the narrow toward the south. It is broad in the north. Look at here. It is broad in the north, but it comes down. When it's come down, it is going narrow toward the narrow in south. Okay, and look at here. This is Gulf of Kutch. When you see the map here, the Gulf of Kutch to Gulf of Khambhat is the Gujarat coast, and the Konkan coast lies between the Gulf of Khambhat and to Goa, and Goa is here. It is rocky and uneven. This coastline is rocky and uneven. The hill is these region go up and up to the seashore. Therefore, lighthouses have been built all along the coast to warn the ship against danger. Okay, the land is very uneven and rocky. That's why the seashore, the ship came here. So the lighthouse is also there for ships, for the ship. Okay, and Mumbai, India's biggest port, is situated on the Konkan coast. This coast is very rich in oil deposits. Bombay High is situated on the coast, which is famous for oil and natural gas. Mumbai, look at here, Mumbai is here. Mumbai, the India's biggest port is there, which is in Konkan coast, and the oil and it is rich in mineral oil, and the Bombay High is also situated here, and we get from oil and crude oil and natural gas. The Malabar coast stretches from Goa to Kanyakumari. Goa to Kanyakumari, the Malabar coast stretches, and this coast is famous for lagoons. You know the lagoons or backwater. A lagoon is a body of shallow sea water separated from the sea by some form of barrier. There are lake formed by seawater which get cut off from the main sea. They are connected with each other through canals. The Malabar coast is very green as it gets heavy rainfall, coconut, tobacco, rice, banana, and spices are grown in plenty of this coast. Kochi is an important seaport of the Malabar coast. It is known as the Queen of Arabian Sea. Okay, the Malabar coast is stretches from where? Goa to Kanyakumari. Goa to Kanyakumari, and many lagoons are there. And lagoon is a shallow water or sea water which is separated from the sea, and many canals are connected here, and the coconut and tobacco and rice banana, and many other spices. Plenty of spices are grown in this coastal area, and Kochi is the important seaport of the Malabar coast, and it is also known as Malabar. It is also known as Queen of Arabian Sea. The eastern coastal plain, the eastern coastal plain start from West Bengal in the north and goes up to Kanyakumari, okay, in the south. It passes through the state of Orissa, okay, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu. The average width of this plain is about 120 kilometers. The eastern coastal plain is wider than the western coastal plain. It is wider than western coastal plain, and the eastern coastal plain is divided into two parts: the northern Cycles and the Coromandel coast. The northern Cycles has some big port like Vishakhapatnam and the Paradip. Vishakhapatnam is famous for shipbuilding yards. The Coromandel coast is famous for Vivekanand Rock Memorial at Kanyakumari. Chennai is major port of this coast. River like Mahanadi, Godavari, Kaveri and Krishna flow through the eastern coastal plain. All these rivers form big delta at the mouth. These delta are very good for growing rice crop. The delta of the Mahanadi is often called rice bowl of India. Now the eastern coastal plains are divided into two parts, the northern Cycles and the Coromandel coast. The northern Cycles has been port like Vishakhapatnam is famous for shipbuilding yard. Look at here, this is the picture of shipbuilding yard. There are many shipbuilding yards, and the Coromandel coast is famous for Vishakha. Vivekanand Rock Memorial is here, and Chennai is the major port of this coast. Many rivers like Mahanadi, Godavari, Kaveri, Krishna through the eastern coastal plain, and these rivers, when they go through into this Bay of Bengal, they make a delta, and it is good for crop, and that's why Mahanadi is often called the rice bowl of India. The island, India has two group of island, Andaman and Nicobar Island and Lakshadweep Island. Okay, Andaman and Nicobar Island are group of about 300 island in the Bay of Bengal. In Andaman and Nicobar, see the Andaman and Nicobar. Here the Andaman and Nicobar, there are 300 island piece of land, okay, are 300, these are 300. Only a few of them are inhabited. Only few of them are inhabited. That means the few of them are live here. Before independence, these islands were called Kalapani. They are covered with dense forest. The southernmost point of India, the Indra Point, is situated in the Andaman and Nicobar Island. Port Blair is the capital of these islands. It is famous for cellular jail. The Barren Islands, famous for its active volcano, is also a part of Andaman and Nicobar Island. Okay, Andaman and Nicobar are land of 300 islands, and but few of them is only inhabited in use. And before independence, many freedom fighters keep British kept them in cellular jail. They give Kala Pani, and And the southernmost point, Indra Point, is also situated in Andaman and Nicobar. And many active volcano is the part of Andaman and Nicobar Island. The Govind Ballabh Pant Hospital was set up in the premises of Cellular Jail in 1993. It is now a 500 bed hospital with the 50 doctors. Okay. And Lakshadweep are the group of 36 islands in the Arabian Sea. Only 10 of these islands are inhabited. These islands are made up of coral deposit. Corals are skeleton of dead sea animals. Okay, coral. What is coral? Coral is the skeleton of dead sea animals. And such islands are also called atolls. Kavaratti is the capital of Lakshadweep Island. The capital of Lakshadweep is Kavaratti. Okay. And the capital of Andaman and Nicobar is Port Blair. Now these are the island. Here your chapter is completed. Your half yearly course is completed. You have to learn your all chapters which come in your half yearly and learn properly. Learn exercises also, question answers also. Do well. Okay, bye everyone.